Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello friends, how are you guys?
I'm fine.
Okay, I hope you all healthy and always happy. And don't forget to always wear a mask every time you leave the house and wash your hand often so that COVID-19 pandemic will soon subside. First, I will introduce myself. My complete name is Dinar Pury. You can call me Dinar. My ID number is 100200164. I come from the pharmacy department at Muhammadiyah University of Surakarta, who has just taken one semester. Here, I will explain the material about personal protective equipment or PPE that I get from the basic skill practicum course, and I will try to explain with my ability. There are 4 topics that I will explain. First, types of personal protective equipment or PPE in the laboratory. Second, level 1 personal protective equipment or PPE. Third, level 2 personal protective equipment or PPE. Fourth, level 3 personal protective equipment or PPE. Personal protective equipment or PPE. Working in a laboratory requires several personal protective equipment and personal safety techniques that are adapted to the type of laboratory. This should be a concern for pharmacy students to avoid unwanted accidents when working in the laboratory. The result of the accident may not immediately occur on the scan of the crime or at the time, especially if working in a living or biological laboratory. First, types of PPE in the laboratory. 1. Lab coat. 2. Masks. 3. Safety goggles. 4. Hand glove. 5. Body protection. 1. Lab coat. The laboratory coat serves to protect the body from the possible splash of dangerous chemicals. Always wear a suitable laboratory coat that is buttoned and sleeve unrolled. And this is picture of laboratory coat. 2. Masks. The mask serves to protect the nose and mouth from getting into the dust, sparks, or harmful gases. There are various kinds of masks used in the laboratory. 1. Surgical mask. 2. N95 respirator. 3. Homemade mask. 4. B100 respirator. 5. Self-contained breathing apparatus. And last, full face respirator. 3. Goggles. Goggles that cover the area around the eye. Eye protection serves to protect the eyes from corrosive sparks, radiation, electromagnetic wave, and collision or hitting hard or sharp objects. This tool is also to prevent the entry of dust into the eyes and prevent eye irritation due to exposure to gases or vapors. The types of protective glasses include 1. Chemical splash goggles, which have a splash-proof set to protect the eyes in case of splash hazard in operation involving hazardous chemicals. 2. Impact protection glasses in case of danger of flying particles. 3. Special eye protection for laboratory work can involve exposure to lasers, ultraviolet light, infrared light, or intensive visible light. 4. Hand gloves. Hand gloves made of latex or rubber or leather or nitrile are used to protect hands from chemical drops and prevent sample contamination. The types of laboratory gloves include 1. Nitrile glove for incidental contact with chemicals. 2. Latex glove protect against biological hazard but less well against acid, base, and most organic solvents. Latex glove can also trigger allergic reaction for some individuals. Nitrile or latex glove provide minimal protection for fluorinated solvents and should not be used with oxidizing or corrosive acids. Neoprene or rubber gloves of a certain thickness are used for sharp materials and acidic chemicals. 4. Leather gloves are suitable for handling fragile glass, utensils, and inserting tubes into stoppers where chemical protection is not required. And last, insult glove should be used when working with very hot or very cold materials. 5. Body protection. This body armor is used for the purpose of handling hazardous chemicals. Examples of body protection include coveralls, splash suits, aprons, jackets, vests, lab coat and surgical gowns, and full body suits. Body protection comes in variety of different materials suitable for different kind of hazard. Next, I will explain the 3 levels in the use of personal protective equipment or PPE. Second, level 1 personal protective equipment or PPE. The first level is for health workers who work in public practice place where the activities don't pose high risk and don't generate aerosol. The personal protective equipment that is one consists of a headgear, a surgical mask, a hand cone, a work sheet, and footwear. Third, level 2 personal protective equipment or PPE. The second step is used when fever clinics or COVID-19 triage, isolation room including ICU isolation rooms, imaging examination of suspect or confirmed patients, examining a respiratory or confirmed specimen, examining medical instruments that have been used by suspect patients or patients who have confirmed. Personal protective equipment consists of headgear, goggles, N95 masks, hand cone, apron or gown, and footwear. Fourth, level 3 personal protective equipment or PPE. The third level is used when first, tracheotomy intubation, bronchoscopy, gastrointestinal endoscopy in suspect or confirmed patients. Second, operative action or autopsy on the good or that has been confirmed. Third, take airway specimens for examination of COVID-19 suspect. This personal protective equipment consists of goggles, N95 masks, hand cone, coverall jumpsuit, and boot. How to use personal protective equipment or PPE level 3? 1. Wear official clothes. 2. Wash your hands with soap or hand soap. 3. Wear a head covering. 4. Wear a mask. 5. Put on a hand cone. 6. Wear a coverall jumpsuit. 7. Put on an outer hand cone. And last, how to remove PPE level 3. 1. Exchange hand cone with new one, then wash hand. 2. Remove all jumpsuit cover, then wash hand. 3. Remove goggles, then wash hand. 4. Remove mask, then wash hand. 5. Remove head cover, then wash hand. And last, 6. Remove hand cone. Okay, this is a Q&A session. Do you have any question?
Excuse me, I want to ask, what is the difference between an N95 mask and a surgical mask? If used, which one is better?
Wow, nice question. The N95 mask has a function to protect the user by filtering or holding fluids, blood, aerosols, bacteria, and virus, while the surgical mask serves to protect the user from airborne particles, droplet, fluids, virus, or bacteria. The visible difference is that the N95 mask can filter fluids, whereas surgical masks cannot. If used, of course, the N95 mask is better because it has better filtration ability than surgical masks.
Wow, your explanation is very clear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, I want to ask if the apron has an important role.
Wow, an interesting question. Of course important. The aprons have to protect themselves from hot temperature and displays of dangerous chemicals. Not only that, Aprons are also usually used for the process of preparing the production of chemicals.
Wow, your explanation is very clear. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, the Q&A session is over. I will read the conclusion of my explanation. PPE is an important thing to use when in the laboratory. There are 5 basic types of PPE that are used. First, lab coat. Second, masks. Third, safety goggles. Fourth, hand glove. And last, body protection. There are 3 levels in the use of PPE. The first level is for health workers who work in public practice place where the activities don't pose a high risk. The second level is where health workers, doctors, nurses, and laboratory workers work in patient care rooms. The third level is for health workers who work in direct contact with patients who are suspect or have confirmed COVID-19 and perform surgical procedures that generate aerosols. I want to say special thanks to Allah SWT and Mr. Alfian as my teacher and my brother as my partner. Thanks for your attention and sorry if there's something wrong in my word. I hope my explanation about PPE can be useful for listeners. See you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.